What's up, friends? So, hey, you know what the coolest thing is? Having your own place out in, I guess, unincorporated county. You can burn your own wood for warmth, harvest timber on your property, you can grow food out in your field, you can build a bench between two trees and just come down and hang out and make videos. You can uh, benefit from having a property, but I just want to say I am eternally grateful to God and the universe for in my existence, for whatever, whomever beings there may be. I'm not a religious person. I'm just open. I know God. I've felt God, but it's not something explainable. But when I ended up at this place with all my dreams fulfilled, pretty much as far as a home, I mean, I thought I wanted more acreage, but 3 acres, one's a field, two are woods with the house up on the hill. It's it's beyond what I could have hoped for. And for all the people out there who are struggling, for all the people who just feel like they can't get ahead, I just want you to know I am completely there with you and I understand where you're coming from. My wife and I used to go to the grocery store with the calculator when I first met her. And, well, when we first moved in together. She had a son. He was 3 when we met. And I helped her raise him. He's 30 now. So we've been together for a long time. I guess, yeah, 26, almost 27 years. It's wild. Wow. It goes by fast, my friends. Everything does. Such extreme gratitude for my wife, for my kids, for the lessons I've been taught about being a human. And it seemed so far away when I was younger, where I'm at now. And let me make this clear. I'm like not like some YouTuber obviously standing here telling you, "Oh yeah, I finally made it." I don't make money off YouTube. You know, make $180 a month or something. A couple donations here and there. I'm not making money as a carpenter. I'm actually on unemployment right now. I'm broke. And I'm getting ready to start up working for the people I was working for. And I've been remodeling my old house, trying to get it ready for sale. But I'll just say I'm a human being, dude. I struggle too. Just want to make ends meet. Just want to get that shit done. If you just keep pushing, you can actually accomplish things. But you also have to take risks. And that means you have to take society's kind of game. And unfortunately for a hippie dude like me, I didn't want to play society's game. I didn't care about society's bullshit and their expectations, going to college, getting a job. I mean, everybody works, but you know what I'm talking about. Funny enough, about like 6 months ago, my wife and I were talking because we were trying to buy this house, and we're like, well, fuck. She's like, you got to get your credit up. Because I checked my credit. I didn't have bad credit. I had no credit. Now, there was a time like 20 years ago when I had good credit, or when I ran my business, like I guess 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but I just haven't used it. I don't have credit cards. I try to live on what I have. I'm a frugal dude, and I didn't want to buy into society's bullshit. I found out my credit was like, didn't exist. It was like no credit. So our lender, for getting the house was like, all right, you got to get on Credit Karma, check your credit all the time. I'm like, great, I got to play this game. But I did. We played it for like 3 months. I got my credit up to like 780, some shit like that. And we got the house, and we were good to go. Because when you buy a house, it's on the lowest income, or rather the lowest credit rating of if you're buying as a couple. Doesn't matter. The details don't matter. The point is, here we are, and I see so many young people struggling, like my son, he was 30, and my teenagers who are 13 and 16, they're going to be adults soon. It's funny, my 16-year-old was listening to, I heard him listening on his phone, he was listening to this whole political rant about Trump, and I was, part of me wanted to say, dude, don't waste your time with politics, you don't have to immerse yourself. in that shit. You know, you're a kid, be a kid. Then I realized, no, he's not a fucking kid. He's 16 years old. 2 more years, he's going to be a voter. It's like, oh my goodness, you know, the time goes fast, and you want to raise your kids well, you want to teach them the right things, and that's why we came out here, because we thought getting away from the city, getting our kids out to the country, let them ride the John Deere tractor around, you know, and mow the big ass lawn and help us clear trails like I'm on right now. I've got all these lights coming down the hill so I can actually find my way. Before it was just a thick woods. Now I've got my trail here, my mossy trees. My wife's up at the top of the hill with the burn barrel burning all the debris and wood. So listening to the Grateful Dead, I can hear it in the background. It's beautiful, echoing through the woods. Who could ask for anything more? And I want that for everyone. You know, I wish I wish so much. I just wish people could be happy. I just wish people could get along and care about one another and stop being so divided. You know, everybody gets wrapped up in the bullshit going on in the world and in the country, and you feel like if you don't, you're irresponsible to an extent. Like you have to pay attention, you have to be part of the politics, but you really don't. You know, being informed is good. Don't get angry about it. If you find yourself getting frustrated about politics or world issues, bow out gracefully. I wanted to say for the last couple of years in 2023, I think I made a YouTube video saying I'm not going to watch the news anymore, and then I ended up carrying it like all the way through 2024, and then I told myself, all right, it's been over a year and some time, and the elections are coming. I said once the elections are over, I'm going to start watching again, and I got sucked in right away, dude, right away. And ever since, kind of been halfway immersed. So I try to limit myself to what I'm exposed to and what I respond to, especially. So I don't make too many political videos. And as I said, the ones that I do make, I put on my other channel, which I've told you all, but I have a couple other channels. One's for my homestead here and carpentry and stuff like that, art and creativity and building. Then there's this channel for philosophy and thoughts on life. Then there's my third channel, which is Philo Veritas. And I talk about basically, well, let's just say all my political rants. And I've only got a few on there, but when I feel like I have to express myself, that's where I do it. And we all should have a place to be able to express ourselves. Because I feel like the problem is not enough people speak their minds. They're afraid to. We're scared to say what we really feel because we don't want to be attacked. But you know what? It's worth it, you know? But you just got to do it in the right place. It's like just letting people know how others think. Anyway, because we all think differently, but we all think the same. You know, I don't care what your political affiliation is or who you are. I care about your personality and the type of person you are. And that's what matters most to me and to most people I meet. And there's just so much bullshit out there. How much do you buy into? How much should you care, right? Well, I just bring that up because ultimately my decision to move into a place like this was about escaping urban sprawl and the potential for a whole collapse and complete decline of society. So I won't get into details because I don't do fear mongering. I've just expected a societal collapse, and it's a gradual process, but there could be that flick of a match that just... How come sometimes you can snap, sometimes you can't? At least that's my experience. I guess your fingers have to have just the right oil content. Can't do it. Anyway, snap! Society overnight can turn into a nightmare. And what that means to me is just be prepared. Expect the worst, but don't worry about it. And that's the key. Like I said, if you can't handle the news, if you can't handle the shit going on in the world, don't pay attention to it. I personally enjoy it. I don't get angry about it. I can get frustrated when people won't listen to facts, but hey, that goes without saying. I think we all do. But I've found that most people aren't interested in really getting to the bottom of things. They just want to prove their point. So And I find myself guilty of that sometimes too. So, in the long run, we're all a bunch of idiots, and we should just try to get along as best we can. Be cool. Be cool. All right. Just tell that bitch to be cool. Be cool, honey bunny. Peace out, my friends.